Hey, badass business owners, before you buy that piece of equipment or that tool or that toy or whatever it is that you want to do, you need to ask yourself a question. Is this something I'm willing to reach into my own pocket and pay for this thing? If I'm going to hire somebody to do something, am I willing to reach into my own pocket and pay for it? If I really want that truck, or I want that real fancy piece of equipment, or whatever it is that you are thinking about buying for your business, are you willing to reach into your pocket to buy it? Because that is exactly what you are doing. And a lot of times we forget about that. Let me explain. I have talked about this one calculation, right? Say it with me. Sales minus cost of goods minus expenses equals profits. When you buy something, that's going to be an expense to your business. And if sales minus cost of goods minus expenses equals your profits, if your expenses go up, guess what goes down? That's right, profit. And what happens with profit? Profit is going to three things. Profit is going to your taxes, profit is going to reinvesting in the business, and profit is going into your pocket. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that if you are going to be buying something for the business, that it is part of the part that you are putting back into the business to reinvest in the business. So I'm not saying buying those things are not a smart idea, but you need to make sure that you have a plan with it, because otherwise, if you have no plan, I'm going to bet that's coming out of the third bucket, which is what goes into your pockets as a business owner. Remember, you as a business owner gets paid two ways. One is as an employee in your business, which is typically going to be under your cost of goods or possibly your operational expenses, depending upon your business. But the other way that you get paid, and the way you want to continue to get paid, is as a business owner, which comes out of the profits of the business. So when you spend money in your business, it's really important that you understand it comes off of those lines. If you hire an employee in your business, it might be added to your cost of goods. But once again, sales minus cost of goods minus expenses equals profits. Either way, if those costs go up or those expenses go up, the profit goes down. So as long as it's coming out of the money that was set aside to reinvest back in the business, that is a good thing, as long as you have made sure that you're going to get the return on the investment for what it is that you're buying. But my main point that I want to get across in this particular episode is to pause for a minute and ask yourself, is it worth you giving up your own money to buy this thing that it is that you want to do, or to invest in this person? So for example, if you are investing in an employee to add to your business, that could be correct on a lot of different levels. One, the business has just expanded. You need to be able, you're spending hours and hours on jobs. And if you have another person, it cuts that down, and you're willing to give up some of those employee wages that you currently take because you're going to be paying them to somebody else now, then that makes sense, as long as you can get the return on that employee. But if you want to go out and you want to buy a truck, or you want to buy a piece of equipment, that is going to come out of the bottom line profits of the business. And if you have set aside the money, let's just say you know of a piece of equipment you want to buy and it costs $500, and you've been setting aside $100 for the last 5 months, you've taken the business profits that were set aside to reinvest in the business, and it's a good purchase as long as, once again, it is a good return on the investment. You got to make your money back. Okay, just like we talked about in the last episode when it comes to advertising, every single thing that you spend money on has to have a return for the business in one way, shape, or form. Because if you have not saved up that money, it is coming out of the profits that you would have. And you are giving up those profits. You're reaching into your own pocket to buy this thing that it is that you want to buy. Now, I know I'm coming across a little bit harsh on this, but it's important that you use this as one of your gauges. There's a lot of different things that you're going to look at before you make that purchase. You're going to make sure that you're going to get the return on the investment that you're expecting to get. You're going to make sure that when you're looking at it, that you have a clear plan of action of how you're going to utilize this to get more sales, and more importantly, to get more profits. But it's important you also understand that you use the feeling test. Okay, you've got the logic test of looking at the numbers, but then ask yourself, am I willing to reach into my own pocket? Because if you're not willing to reach into your own pocket to buy it, then it's probably not the right purchase for you at this time, unless the business can completely cover the cost of that. And a lot of times, because we put ourselves last, we just say, oh yeah, the business can afford this. All right, well, the business can afford this, but you as the business owner, if you're not paying yourself any kind of money and you're struggling to make things work, then maybe buying that is not the right thing, because you are reaching into your own profits that you could be taking to purchase this thing. And if this thing is going to create more sales and more profits, they go hand in hand. Sales and profits go hand in hand. Way too often people are talking about, oh, you don't understand. I'm going to be able to get so many more sales. Great. I don't care if you get $1 million in sales. If it doesn't create any profit, it is not worth you purchasing. So you've got to make sure that you use these litmus tests to make sure that you are doing the right thing. Make sure next time you go out to purchase something that you ask yourself, will you be willing to reach into your own pocket to purchase it? If you are, then it's a great purchase. If you're not, then you need to step back and you need to ask yourself why, and you need to tweak and think about that purchase a little bit longer, because it wasn't a hell yes, this is exactly what I need to do in order to grow my business and my profits. And I'm willing to pay out of my own pocket to get this because I can see the advantage of getting this item. And if you say, hey, you know what? No, I can't afford to do that at this time, then that's probably a right call. Doesn't mean you'll never buy it. It just means right now is probably not the right time. So use that as one of your gauges. I think you're going to find that it's going to help you decide on any of those purchases that you are on the fence on, because unless it's a hell yeah, it's got to be a, whoa, wait a minute here. Let me check and see if this makes sense. And if it makes sense, then go ahead and do it. I hope this is just another gauge for you in order for determining if you should be able to make a purchase or not. All right. I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, badass business owner, before you go, as you know, I'm a huge believer in you knowing your business numbers. After all, it isn't about how much you sell. It's about what you keep. And the best way to grow your profits is to start diving in and understanding those business numbers. To help you on this journey, I have created the Know Your Business Numbers course. We will walk through how to read your profit and loss statement. You'll learn the key calculations that'll help ensure that you're making a healthy profit on all of your products or services, plus a ton of other good stuff that'll help you learn how to use those business numbers to create even more sales and profits. Just check out the link below in the show notes or visit knowyourbusinessnumberscourse.com. So if you're ready to increase those profits, it's time you start diving into your business numbers.